The New York Knicks came calling the Chicago Bulls to interview head coach Billy Donovan, and the Chicago Bulls shot it down. Hey, have all your opinions if you want to, but we're here to talk about what does that mean for Billy Donovan and the future of him being the head coach for the Chicago Bulls. Y'all know we're going to talk about it and break it all down, but you got to hear the music first.
Cognac, gang.
Shy Boys podcast with the Cognac Boys. I'm Cognac Boy Bobby, and I'm holding it down on today's daily episode. And if you tuned in with me today, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell as well, man. Y'all support has been tremendous, so we want to give y'all a special thank you and go ahead and continue to share this with your mama's mama. We appreciate it. Somebody got to love Chicago Bulls basketball around here, even during the dog days of the summer. When we ain't got much going on around the sports world. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it was reported first from Shams that the New York Knicks came calling the Chicago Bulls. And the Chicago Bulls told they ass no. Call it what you want. And it's just crazy, you know what I'm saying? Just off topic real quick, but still kind of on topic to say that. The New York Knicks, y'all, fired Tom Thibodeau and didn't really think this thing through. Like, maybe approach this differently. I understand wanting to attempt to go and look at somebody that may be disgruntled or maybe looking for a change of scenery as a head coach in another destination, but you are on like 5 different head coaches that you tried to poach from someone else's organization. Ime Udoka, I heard Quinn Snyder. We heard other names being thrown in there as well. Like, bro, no. Chris Finch does not want to leave Anthony Edwards and come coach under James Dolan impulsive ass. No, we don't want to do that. How about get a list of people that's actually available and then start interviewing some candidates that way? Maybe that'll be a better solution. But hey, the Knicks are gonna Knicks, and man, I thought that the Knicks was gonna turn the corner. But hey, this is what happens when you do things impulsively. You kind of put your own foot in your mouth, and then you make yourself look like a buffoon. But hey, that's the New York Knicks. I mean, I guess they got the Eastern Conference Finals under their belt for the last few seasons for the first time in 25 years. So shout out to them in that regard. But I don't know. Might be back down to the dumpster in a couple seasons if you're the New York Knicks if they don't get their stuff together. But for our Chicago Bulls, we've been in and out of the dumpster for the last few years with head coach Billy Donovan. But I will say this for my people that's upset about this, for the Chicago Bulls denying that request, did you not hear what Arturas Karnisovas told Chicago Bulls Nation at the end of the season? He believes in Billy Donovan. He believes in Billy Donovan. The organization believes in Billy Donovan and what he could potentially bring to the Chicago Bulls. Now, as fans, we actually sit there, watch the games, and cheer on the damn team, buy merch, spend money, and support the team. And we don't really get much out of that. But there's no point in sitting here acting as if the Chicago Bulls are making a dumb decision by saying no to the New York Knicks. Why would we want to help them? That's just my thing. Now, I'm not saying that Billy Donovan can't come out here and just continue to be a coach that's in the middle of the pack and not really get the best out of the team or not necessarily see things change around Chicago. But why would I want to help the New York Knicks? So I don't understand why some people are up in arms. I understand that there's not a lot of people that like Billy Donovan. I'm not the most fond of Billy Donovan. I do believe that Billy Donovan is a good coach. I don't think he's a great coach. I think he does some things pretty damn well, but there is not a lot of great things that Billy Donovan does. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I don't want an impulsive ass owner as running my operation, because if Billy Donovan does turn this around, which is, not saying much because that's putting more belief into the organization than they actually giving me reason to. But if they do, but if Reinsdorf was an impulsive guy, I wouldn't really be comfortable with having that as You know what I'm saying? The guy that's supposed to be running a ship. And I understand there's gonna be pushback with all things said, but at the end of the day, you want to see these things through. And I'm not saying Billy Donovan has earned that, you know what I'm saying? But I rather let it play out to see what happens here. Because if we're looking at some of the coaches that's on the market right now, maybe some people say, okay, Mike Malone, and then maybe some people may bring up, I believe, the Memphis Grizzlies old coach Taylor Jenkins. Okay, those are some really good candidates to consider. But right now, it ain't a lot of great people on the market to really come in and hone in and represent the Chicago Bulls, at least right now. And I don't think those guys really want to go into a rebuild, quote unquote, rebuild type of situation. So right now, this is where we are. I've been saying this for the last few months. This is where we are. Don't try to make it something that is not. Don't expect the front office to go out there and just miraculously pull a rabbit out the hat and say, yeah, we shooting for the stars. No, these guys have made it known. They have made it clear that they want Billy Donovan to represent the Chicago Bulls organization. They've thrown things out there like we love his professionalism. We love his coaching acumen. Things like that have came up and been discussed when they talked about Billy Donovan. There was even some veteran players that inserted on the team. Patrick Beverly was here once. He said that he loves Billy Donovan. Kobe White has been a guy that showed Billy Donovan some love. Even the young bull right now, and Montes Buzelis has shown a lot of love to Billy Donovan and how hard he's coached him. So, like I said, you don't have to like it, but this is where we are. This is where we are. There is no point for saying, you know what I'm saying? Oh my God, the Bulls are making a horrible mistake by not sending them to the ops. That's all of that. Like, call it how we see it. You want us to help the ops in blue and orange. No, no. Find your own fucking coach. Find your own fucking coach. Find your own coach. That's it. That's just how we gotta leave it up to the New York Knicks. And I don't think right now Billy Donovan deserves to get fired, personally. That's just me. He hasn't done anything at all. But right now, he's getting his next opportunity. You know what I'm saying? He had that opportunity to where they build the first iteration with guys like DeMar, Lonzo, things like that. Multiple things came up to derail that. And right now, we're going to see if he can right the ship. Now, if he can't right the ship within the next year or two, he absolutely should be out the door. But if you're giving a guy another chance because you have that belief in him that he can turn it around, give him the opportunity. Give him the opportunity to see if he can go ahead and make this thing right. And you know that the Chicago Bulls, they typically hang on to guys unless the guy is just completely against whatever the Chicago Bulls are trying to do. And yes, I said it. Not right now. Not right now. Not right now. I don't believe Mike Malone wants to come coach a young team, bro. I don't believe. I mean, if you go out there, a guy like Taylor Jenkins, you say, all right, cool, bet. But okay. But other than that, allow the man to do a damn job. I probably stand by myself on this, and that's okay. But allow Billy Donovan to see if he can right the damn ship. We implemented some new things with the team. We're seeing a better version of the team. Obviously, we want to see wins come with that better version, and you want to see better defense. But let's get some more players in here. Let's see if Billy Donovan can get things right and right the ship. Let's see. That's all I'm saying. There's no guarantee in that. Now, I will mention, you ain't got a lot of things to hang on when you do talk about Billy Donovan. 1-4 in the playoffs for the Chicago Bulls. So where they got their ass waxed by the Milwaukee Bucks. They did get one game, but then after that, they got waxed. And then you talk about Billy Donovan's coaching record with the Chicago Bulls, which is fair. 195 to 205 record as a Chicago Bulls head coach. That's not even the 500 record. So, like I said, I understand both. I understand both sides of the discussion. But like I said, allow the young man, well, he ain't young man, but allow the man to go out there, get the second iteration of the team, and if it doesn't work out, then you can cut your losses. You got to understand that there's some challenges that he's had with, you know what I'm saying, this franchise. You know what I'm saying? For what was looking like it was going to be a really good contending playoff team, and what we had Lonzo, Zach, DeMar, Vooch, and Caruso, those was derailed by injuries. And you never really could find your footing. That's no excuse. You still expect the coach to get the best out of what he has. But there's also been some questionable things done by the front office, too. It's a collaborative thing that has taken place here. So, again, I don't necessarily believe that Billy Donovan should be 100% safe. But I say, now that you're in the second iteration of this, and with so many changes that transpired last season, you still got yourself a decent amount of wins last season. You were still in the play-in. There's nothing to hang your hat on because the play-in wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? It's just still fresh. Well, not fresh anymore because I think it's like now year 4 of the play-in, but allow it to play out and then we can move on from there. Let's see what happens. That's just my position on it. You don't have to like it. I understand there's going to be some people that's calling me crazy, but I don't think that people should be up in arms about the Chicago Bulls denying the New York Knicks an opportunity to interview their coach if they feel strong about their coach. They feel strong about their coach. You don't have to like them. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it is what it is. Now, I understand there's going to be some people that say, well, look at Tyronn Lue and all the things that he's done over there in LA. Don't you think Tyronn Lue would have had more success if Kawhi Leonard could show up, if Paul George was available, things like that, if James Harden would show up? Yes. The coaching we blame the coaches for a lot of stuff. We do. But then we also got to look at some of the things that transpire and provide context to what has transpired the entire time or during that tenure of said coach. So I think that when you talk about injuries, you talk about the lack of moves from the front office, the refusal to sit there and adjust after after you found out that those injuries to Lonzo Ball was a detriment to the team, and then you knew that the relationship between DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine wasn't the best or the prettiest, and you refused to move off that after DeMar had his spectacular season while his value was extremely high. So, look, like I said, nothing has been perfect. Billy Donovan is not the greatest coach, but right now with iteration number 2, allow him another year. Give him another year. Now ain't the time to move off. Now, if it looks horrible in 2025, 2026, we can revisit this and we could absolutely bang the table to say, hey, get him out of here. But right now, in 2024-25 season, the season that just passed, the season was all right. There was a lot of frustration going into that. You know what I'm saying? But there was some really good moments in a kind of a turn that they're trying to attempt that looked like, okay, you bought yourself some time. That's all I'm saying. My man's Billy Donovan bought himself just a little bit more time. So we'll see what happens with that. But I don't have any issues with the Chicago Bulls denying the request to the ops, the New York Knicks, because they made their dumbass decision. Why do we have to help the people that made the dumb decision? This ain't no rehab. This ain't AA. No. No, we not helping them. So it's okay. But hey, I just wanted to go ahead and provide that quick update. Me and C-Dub definitely going to be chiming in on this together, provide a little bit more context surrounding this because there's some reports that my man's might be getting another contract. Billy Donovan might be getting another contract. And yeah, we're gonna have to break that down and talk about that as a unit. So just make sure y'all stay locked in, tuned in with it, and we're gonna keep on pushing out this fire, man. We appreciate y'all over here on Shy Bulls Podcast. Before y'all get up out of here, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell as well, man. Thank y'all so much. Make sure y'all always see red. Y'all already know. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one for sure.
Cognac.